Hi guys, and welcome back to another Premier League prediction video. And in fact, it's the last Premier League prediction video. Round 38 is here. Last round we got one score correct, Villa drawing 1-1 with Palace. But unlike the final day of the Championship, there's a lot at stake. 8 out of these 10 games will determine relegation, European places and the title. So a lot going on, a lot to look forward to, and I'm sure a lot of things will change throughout the day. Let's set a like target to start off with. On Premier League videos, I want to try and hit 10 likes for this final video of the season. So 10 likes would be great. Also, if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Plenty of content coming in the summer. And obviously next season we'll be carrying on our predictions and everything. So hit the subscribe button too. Let's get into the final day predictions. And starting off with Arsenal taking on Everton. Now this game might not be of too much importance, but there is still a chance that Arsenal can get top 4. However, Arsenal look to have blown it. They've lost 2 games in a row. Against Spurs, which is obviously very important, and then against Newcastle. And it's now looking like they're going to have to settle for the Europa League, as they're 2 points behind Spurs, meaning they need to beat Everton, but more importantly, they need Norwich to beat Spurs, which I just don't see happening. Everton, they had a great day midweek. They were 2-0 down against Palace. It looked to be going terribly. Burnley were winning at this point as well. So Everton looked like they were going to be deep in a relegation battle. But second half, score 3 goals. Incredible comeback. Win it 3-2. And they're now safe. So Everton, Lampard, has done a very good job with them. Pulled them to safety. How are they going to get on next season? Well, we're going to have to see how they do in the summer. But the season is complete for Everton. They have survived, which makes me think they're going to take the foot off the gas a bit here because they've been working so hard to get the results to stay up. Now that they've got it, I think they will relax. And I think Arsenal will comfortably win this one 2-0. The next game is very, very important in the relegation battle. Brentford take on Leeds. Now Brentford, they've won 7 out of 10. They're unbeaten in 4 at home. And their last game was a 3-2 victory over Everton away. So this is going to be a very tough task for Leeds. Leeds, they haven't won in 5. But after 3 losses in a row against very, very top sides, they did get a point against Brighton. Could prove to be a very vital point. As now Leeds are on level points with Burnley, but they have way worse goal difference. So for Leeds to survive, they need a better result than Burnley. Now I'm going to go all out here. What did we learn about Leeds from last season? Chaotic. Their games have a lot of goals, or had a lot of goals, and they tended to be evenly split, hence why they finished in such a good position last season. This season, there have been a lot of goals, but they've tended to be conceded. And I think they're going to just go a bit chaotic. They are good in attack. And I think this game could be quite high scoring. But I'm going to go all out. And I'm going to say, I don't know if this is just because I'd find it more entertaining if this happened, or if I actually think it's going to happen. I feel like I've lost my head a bit recently with these predictions. But I think to make it interesting, I'm going to go Leeds to win 3-2. Brighton take on West Ham next. And Brighton drew their last game 1-1 with Leeds. They're unbeaten in 4 and they've only lost 1 out of their last 8 matches. So Brighton are very, very hard to beat at the moment. And they're playing against a West Ham side that really, really need a win here because they're trying to pinch that Europa League spot off Man United. 6th place is what they're aiming for. However, if they didn't do it, they've still got 7th, so they're guaranteed a Conference League spot next season. Now, West Ham, they need to win and Man United not to win in order to, get this last spot. That's the only way they can do it. They're 2 points behind, but they have much better goal difference. And West Ham, they drew their last game 2-2 with Man City. What a massive point that could turn out to be for them. And I've just got a feeling that it's not going to go for them because Brighton are very, very good at the moment. Very in form, hard to beat. And West Ham might be, a bit demotivated after being in the lead against Man City and then letting it slip. And going out of the Europa League, they've had a tough few weeks. So for me, I'm going to go this one to be an entertaining draw 2-2. Burnley take on Newcastle next. The only other team that can get relegated other than Leeds is Burnley. So this is very important because I predicted Leeds to win. Not that I'm too convinced that's going to happen, but I predicted it for some reason. Now Burnley, they haven't won in 3, drew their last game 1-1 with Villa, but that point made them go level on points with Leeds with much better goal difference. So all they need to do is match Leeds' result. Newcastle won their last game 2-0 against Arsenal. However, that was at home, and their away form is pretty poor. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 away games. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. But I just can't see Burnley winning for some reason. I think Newcastle have quality and they will be able to get something. Burnley, for me, don't have that killer instinct. They don't have the exciting attack that can get something. Which makes me think that this is going to end as a draw. So in my estimations, Leeds are surviving and Burnley are going down. But as I said, I'm not convinced by that at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds lost against Brentford and it was all over there. So for this one, I'm going to go 1-1. Chelsea take on Watford now. And this is one of the 2 games that doesn't affect anything. Chelsea drew their last game 1-1 with Leicester. They've only lost 1 out of their last 6. And they've secured a Champions League spot. Watford, they lost their last game 5-1 against Leicester. They've lost 7 out of 8. And they are relegated. So this game really doesn't affect anything. I'm just going to go with the fact that Chelsea are in the Champions League and Watford are relegated. Watford can't stop shipping goals. And I think Chelsea are going to win this one comfortably 3-1. Palace take on Man United next. And Palace, they were 4 unbeaten, but then they were 2-0 up at half-time against Everton and ended up losing 3-2, which kept Everton safe. So Palace might be a bit demoralised after losing that lead. But, Palace are a very good side at home. Man United lost their last game 4-0 against Brighton. And they've lost 3 out of their last 5. So they're in poor form. This is Ralph Rangnick's last game in charge. And Man United, they need a win to secure the Europa League spot, fending off West Ham. However, I've went for a West Ham draw anyway. So according to me, Man United are going to get that 6th spot. However, anything can happen. So for their own safety, I think they'd prefer to get the job done, keep it in their hands and win this match. However, as I mentioned earlier, Palace are good at home. Man United are in a bit of difficult form. So I'm not going to go for Man United to win this one. I think this is going to end exciting draw 2-2. Leicester take on Southampton next. And this is the other game that doesn't affect anything. Leicester, they're unbeaten in 3. Drew their last game 1-1 against Chelsea. Southampton, they've lost 4 out of 5 and they've lost 3 in a row. They're in very poor form. And there's a chance that they could finish below Everton, who have been in a relegation battle for a long time. So Southampton won't want to do that. They want to steer clear of finishing below a team that has been in a relegation battle. But, it doesn't really matter for them because their Premier League status is safe. So for this one, I'm very confident that Leicester can get the job done. Seeing Vardy in good form, Maddison, Barnes, everyone seems to be coming back and, performing well now for Leicester. So I'm going to go Leicester win 2-0. And finally, onto the title race. Liverpool take on Wolves. And Liverpool, they were behind against Southampton, but came back to win 2-1 with a much weaker lineup than we're used to seeing. So that's just credit to Klopp, how he has them all very well drilled. There's a lot of depth now in this squad that wasn't there before. And the way he has them playing is really a credit to him. He's done a very good job there to get everyone playing the right way. And yeah, when I saw that starting lineup for Liverpool, I was worried for them that they weren't going to be able to win that game. But they got the job done. Well done to Liverpool. And now they're 1 point behind City. So it's very, very tight. However, they do have 6 less goal difference than Man City. Which means unless they're going to smash this Wolves side, score a lot of goals, then it's really going to come down to them having to win and City not winning. I've got a feeling that Liverpool are going to win this match because Wolves, very, very poor form at the moment, drew their last game 1-1 with Norwich. They haven't won in 6 and they've only won 1 out of their last 8 games. So Wolves, very, very poor form. And I think Liverpool will win this game. But recently, Liverpool haven't been blowing sides away like Man City have with the scoreline. It's been the odd goal here and there that wins their matches. So I think, again, it's going to be 1 goal that separates it. I'm going to go Liverpool to win 1-0. And now onto the most important game of the title race. Man City take on Villa. And the reason I say this is the most important is because it's in Man City's hands. Liverpool could win and City could still win the league. They have the advantage. They've also got better goal difference and they've got an extra point on the board. But with me predicting Liverpool to win, it would mean that Man City would also have to win here. And Man City, they drew their last game 2-2 with West Ham. They were 2-0 down and it looked very worrying for them. However, they pulled it back to 2-2 and Mahrez missed a penalty very late on, which would have sealed the title for them. They would have been 3 points ahead, and with they would have had 7 better goal difference then. It's really, really out of Liverpool's hands. Liverpool would have to win, City lose, and a swing of 7. It's just not going to happen. But that draw made it very, very interesting here. They're playing against a Villa side that have only won 2 out of their last 10 games. They haven't won in 3, and they've drawn 2 in a row. The latest one against Burnley. So for me, I don't think Villa have enough to stop this City side. There is a narrative, Coutinho, Gerrard as the manager, that Villa could win the league title for Liverpool. Something that neither of those players managed to do in their time at the club. So it would be something interesting to look into, but for me, I don't think it's a possibility. Villa haven't been in great form recently, and this Man City side have been blowing everyone away bar West Ham. So for me, Man City probably go 3-0 up at half time, something like that. I think they want to seal it as quickly as possible. And I'm going to go Man City to win 4-1. And we started off with a top 4 race with Arsenal, so it's only right that we finish on the top 4 race. Norwich take on Spurs. Now Norwich lost 5 in a row, but then drew 1-1 with Wolves. Obviously didn't change anything, they're still relegated, but it's a good point to get against Wolves because they have been a good side this season. So fair play to Norwich for going out and picking up a point. However, they're playing against a Spurs side that have only lost 1 out of their last 10 games. They're unbeaten in 5 and they've won 2 in a row. So for me, the top 4 is sealed. Spurs only need a point here. And for them to lose to Norwich would be a massive shock. I know Spurs have bottled some things in the past, but this would be taking the trophy for bottling stuff, because Norwich have been terrible this season. So for me, Spurs win this comfortably, seal top 4, 2-0. So, these are my predictions for the last round of the Premier League this season. I've got Burnley joining Watford and Norwich in relegation. I've also got West Ham staying in the Conference League spots, with Man United and Arsenal taking Europa League. Spurs comfortably hanging on for that 4th spot, with Chelsea in 3rd. Liverpool just missing out in 2nd, and City winning the title. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. What I've just said will probably not be right, because to predict the final day is so difficult. Loads of teams have different motives. Obviously, teams like Leeds and Burnley are going to probably give their best performances of the season to try and survive. So it's very tough to call. But for me, I think that I'm there or thereabouts. The one thing I'm not sure on is the relegation. Leeds to beat Brentford is a very, very big ask, but I've just got a feeling for some reason it's going to happen. However, make sure to get your predictions down below. Tell me who's going to win the title and who's going to get relegated. I think at this stage they are the most important things. So who's getting relegated, who's winning the title? Let me know down below. Make sure to like the video. Remember, let's hit 10 likes on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell for more Premier League content. Plenty of content coming in the summer, so watch out for that. And I hope that it's a very exciting day and you get what you want for your team. Not that everyone can, but hopefully it's a good last day.